We're going to discuss Ripple and Coinbase, and I'll be reaching out to the SEC to avoid the lengthy process. XDev's Code of Conduct is essentially the guidelines that you must abide by for Ripple to consider you for a grant that we will be providing. Align the playing field, if you will. Because the market looks bullish, we are going to examine the Bitcoin XRP's monthly time frame. Additionally, the CEO of Tether is criticizing Garlinghouse without any justification because Brad has never made fun of anything on what you want to call a tether. In fact, he has even complimented them, so I don't think he is becoming nervous. Imagine that he is aware that Ripple is going to devour them for breakfast, lunch, and supper, so please take a seat immediately. Let's do this. Relax. Bitcoin $61,800. Over the last day, Ethereum has gained at $29.09. The USDT and USDC are presently at 1.67% and 99-cent pegs, respectively. Yes, without a dollar. Do you think peg is interesting? As a result, funds have exited the stables, suggesting a push into the markets for visibility. Forgive me, 50 cents, Bitcoin, or XRP, has increased by 0.29% during the last 24 hours. It seems like I visit the cryptocurrency market cap every single day. Doesn't really move, but it is in the green at $2.294 trillion. We must surpass $2.7 trillion. Write down the amount that some may consider to be the historic peak from the 2020 to 2021 bull run, $3.5 trillion. You received a complimentary Canva framed painting image yesterday as a result of your purchase of what I'm going to do today, which is for the founders. Many people greatly admire their founders. If you're looking to start with a small starter pack, invest in a Founder Edition MT for the best deal around. Because you received 15 points, you move forward. When the Wealthy List launches on June 1st, you will receive a significant amount of additional PEB. I'm going to carry it out. You may trust that I will make hoodies. I will mail and deliver your founder's NFT printed hoodie to your home as a complimentary gift. If you're not interested in any of the tangible goods, please let me know. Okay, that's nice, but go collect some stars. Warcraft NFTs are in high demand due to their significant value, and they are almost completely sold out. Although there is a significant amount of money involved, it doesn't appear to be a financial transaction. Recommendations regarding the sales process: some individuals appear to possess knowledge about topics that I am unfamiliar with. The President, Joe Biden, plans to send Senator Cynthia Lummis, who thinks that the Department of Justice's interpretation of FinCEN would be unfair, according to a Bitcoin software developer. Some consider software developers in the IFI category to be criminals who support Bitcoin. According to a U.S. Senator from Wyoming, the Biden administration has been attempting to incorrectly apply penalties and laws while attempting to criminalize the creation of Bitcoin software. I'm hearing this first. Although this is intriguing, it makes no sense at all, so the developers of Bitcoin Biden claim that software is illegal, which is why we recently brought you the video of Trump discussing cryptocurrency and his desire for it to remain. Indeed, I strongly doubt that your bidder in the U.S. even knows how to type Bitcoin. Most likely, your bidder in the U.S. does not know whatsoever about Bitcoin. Coinbase, the chief legal officer, or CL, aims at the SEC for omitting the welfare phase of the debt box litigation. Paul Greenwald, Coinbase is concerned about the integrity of regulatory enforcement and the Securities and Exchange Commission strategy in its debt case. CLO criticizes the SEC for omitting the Wells procedure in the debt box case. Box Greenwald disclosed that the SEC had not followed the usual Wells procedure. Greenwald criticized the SEC for failing to provide a thorough explanation of the evidence or details on which assets were considered pros and cons, thereby leaving the defendants in the dark about the charges' specifics. I'm uncertain how to handle this issue, except for the standard Wells notice procedure that alerts potential defendants to potential allegations. What would happen, then, if the SEC decided to pursue the matter? Since you will receive information, you are prepared. You're aware that they're investigating you. Indeed, debt did not motivate their actions. Case in point, they approached him directly and caught him off guard. Coinbase CEO is asking, "What are you doing? This isn't quite fair to you, SEC. You should have issued that Wells notice, which would have allowed you to notify them in advance of their impending arrival effectively. Since they failed to act upon you, so did Ripple." DevSpace brings up the subject of XRP Ledger. Grants are one of the main causes of rejections and transgressions of the Code of Conduct, according to the speaker. If you're applying for one, go. I should get myself in better shape. You must file the prescribed Code of Conduct here, which has prompted a discussion. The XRP Ledger is rife with debate. However, if the XRP Ledger and Ripple are offering you money and their primary objective is to attract people, then you know who to trust. Who are you following? Money. The code of behavior is extremely equitable. Stop using such foul words. There is hardly any acknowledgement of other people's perspectives or lack thereof. People naturally concentrate on what is best for the community because these are simple to understand. I agree with the principles outlined in the Conduct Code. People should adhere to these guidelines and reflect on their experiences. The best was had by you. The project now underway is incredible. Yes, you do, and you're making a lot of money. By making negative remarks about people on Twitter, you're putting yourself in a position of power. You're putting all there is currently a very intense debate in the community and on Twitter about these offensive graphics, which would make you want your company to be associated with them. Of course not. On Monday, the Max Sulan XRP Options Crypto OTC Liquidity Network Paradigm launched a block trading facility for linear options linked to MTIC Sarana and XRP. That's intriguing, and I like it. David Schwartz is considering the idea that the community should eventually own and govern the XRP Ledger, with Ripple not having any say in it. It is largely owned and controlled by the community. The community should own and govern the XRP Ledger. The developer and validator participation that we have seen has been nothing short of remarkable. Please listen, and we are highly open to comments and suggestions. All I want to say is thanks to everyone who has built. Thank you. How many of you have utilized or built something on the XRP Ledger? How many individuals here have built something on it? Okay, so let's see. Furthermore, I would like you to consider the following: what would be wonderful, and what would be fantastic. Having what would be suitable, there you go, Mr. Schwartz himself, and who remembers this throwback at one of the top 50 banks, Stanley Share, a CNBC International Ripple partner, and they were conversing. They said they will start using XRP as soon as banks get regulatory certainty, as they were testing it. When new regulations emerge, what do you expect to be the next regulatory clarification? This is the exact tweet that Paul and I discussed. He had added, "Hey, what about Robinhood?" earlier. Did you receive a detailed description of Wells' procedure? Would you like to switch to a cranked Ripple Unis system? For us or anybody else, this is a straight balance. Judge Shelby of the United States District Court will find this upsetting and unacceptable. In the Kafka's trial, the SEC treated the defendant more equitably than it did Ripple. During the investigation, it appeared that there was some dubious activity. Mr. Intuitive, please continue. I'm pleased to see that you've returned from your brief absence. From his brief trip away from, according to X, Money is telling Ripple they missed the play, and there are still no restrictions in the U.S. Which inning is this one? Who is this Money GC? To be honest, he says things that some of us could find offensive. I'm at Brad Garlinghouse right now. Is it possible that Ripple made a mistake in this instance? The two biggest stables, USDT and USDC, are present on every other chain. This was a crucial value addition for the XRP. The creation of a ledger could have occurred much earlier than the current situation. Indeed, at that point, the CEO of Tether emerges and poses a grave threat. There is no justification for discussing Tether, their audits, or how you found out. They are the biggest ones available in terms of stable currency, reserves, and other stuff, essentially going after Garlinghouse, but Garlinghouse prevails. Man, go listen. I wasn't making a move. Tether, you should listen to my podcast, he says. He says that after I play a few and listen to the podcast, I view Tether as a critically important component of the ecosystem. My argument was that the U.S. government has made it clear that it wants more control over stablecoin issuers, including Tether, which is the largest player in their eyes. They can see quite a bit of the house, which gives them a warning in return. I'm not sure if you've been watching, but the U.S. government wants to give him the likelihood that they are approaching you. He is, kind of hinting at him with a wink to get his act together. It is not exactly in order, considering the possibility that they are approaching. There's a chance that they could be heading towards you. This guy gets out there and poses a serious threat, even though he's not attacking him. When Garlinghouse is backing what he's doing, he's essentially aiming and shooting at him, whether he's anxious or afraid. It's intriguing to see what this all comes down to. I'm excited to see what name the coin will reveal to us in the future. We anticipate the arrival of the stablecoin in the upcoming month.